Hi everyone, myself Dr. Pritam Haith. Today I will start how to analyze a continuous beam by Kani's method. Okay, so let's start the problem. Here we have a continuous beam A, B, C, D. It has three span. The first span is subjected to point load, then next span UDL, and third span is subjected to point load. So step by step I will explain how to analyze the continuous beam, how to calculate the bending moment at different support, and how to draw the bending moment diagram. Today I will explain by Kani's method. Okay, so let's get started. So first step is I have to calculate the fixed end moment for each and every span in the continuous beam. So MA, that is So second step is calculation of rotation factor. Rotation factor, you always remember, rotation factor equals to minus half into distribution factor. In the last class we have learned distribution factor means relative stiffness divided by total relative stiffness. So once you calculate relative stiffness divided by total relative stiffness, you get distribution factor. Multiply the distribution factor with minus half, you will get rotation factor. Okay, so first we have two joint B, joint C. The intermediate joints we will consider only we will consider intermediate joint. So I wrote in joint column BC. With B I have two member BC, I have two member BA and BC. With C I have two member CB and CD, right? So relative stiffness equals to I by L. Since all the joints, if you stand here, So third step is distribution of rotation contribution. Distribution of rotation contribution will be different at different joint. Okay, so first we will write the fixed end moment in this way. See, this is support A, this is support B, this is support C, and this is support D. So we calculated fixed end moment MAB minus 35.56, MBA 17.78, MBC minus 66.67, MCB plus 66.67, MCD minus 20, MDC plus 20. Okay, so in this way you first write the fixed end moment. Okay, then make a box. These kinds of box you have to draw at joint B and at joint C, and draw the vertical line. First you write here the rotation factor. Rotation factor at B I calculated minus 0.25 minus 0.25 at B joint. Rotation factor I calculated BA for BA member minus 0.25 and for BC member minus 0.25. Similarly for CB member it was minus 0.33 and for CD member it was minus 0.17, right? So in this way you first write the rotation factor, then you add these two moment, that is 17.78 plus minus 66.67, you will get minus 48.89. so this moment you write here. Similarly add this moment and this moment, that is 66.67 minus 20, you will get 46.67. so write this 46.67 here. Now we will start the calculation. What we will do first, we will add this moment and this moment. Here there is no moment, so we will add 0 minus 48.89, 0. What I am getting? 40 minus 48.89. So we will add this moment and this moment. What I have? 0 minus 40. So this moment plus this moment plus this moment. This is 0. So total moment will be 48 minus 48.89. I'll multiply with this factor and I'll write it here. I will have minus 12.22. Same rotation contribution. So minus 12.22. Okay. In moment distribution case, the balance moment you had to write it as opposite sign here and here, but here you don't need to change opposite sign. Directly whatever you are getting the balance moment, write it here, okay. Now come to this side, you add this moment and this moment. What will you get? 46.67 plus minus 12.22 plus 0, 34.45. multiply with this factor minus 0.33 minus 0.33 minus 0.17. You will get how much? 19.43 minus 19.43 and here minus 10.01. Okay. So come to this side, you add this moment and this moment. Okay. Here. Okay. In this way you add these three moment, multiply with this factor, write it here, multiply with this factor, write it here. Again come to this side, this moment, here all the moments will be 0. So this moment plus this moment. Once you are using this moment, you mark this moment and come to next line. So I will write again here, this is 0, this is minus 48.89 and this is minus 19.43. So I will add 0 minus 48.89 minus 19.43. Whatever you will get, multiply with minus 0.25, multiply with minus 0.25, you will get 17.08. Here also 17.08. okay. Next line, add this moment and this moment. Here it is 0, so I will add 17.08, 46.67. Whatever you get, multiply with this minus 0.33 minus 0.17. You will get, after multiplying the rotation factor, you will get minus 21.04 and here 10.84. okay. So in this way, once you have used, you tick. You have used this moment, you tick it. You have used this moment, you tick it. Now you have to use, just draw a line here. Now you have to add this moment and this moment. Next step, this moment. Once you are using, you mark it tick, so you won't add this moment. okay. So what we are doing, this moment plus this moment plus this moment, I am writing, multiplying with this factor I am writing here, multiplying with this factor I am writing here. So I have used this moment, I will tick it, and I won't use this moment. Next step, add this moment and this moment, this is 0, multiply with this factor, write it here, multiply with this factor, write it here. okay. I have used this moment, so I will tick it. Next come again BC, add this moment, this is 0, minus 48.89 plus this moment, that means minus 28.04. so I will add 0, that is 0, 48.89 minus 48.89 minus 21.04. Whatever you get, multiply with this minus 0.25, multiply with minus 0.25, you will get 17.48 and 17.48. okay. So I have used this moment, you tick it. Now next step, you will not use this moment. Come to this side, add this moment and this moment. Here it is 0, this moment plus this moment plus this moment, so 17.48, 46.67. whatever you get, multiply with this minus 0.33 minus 0.17, you will get minus 21.17 minus 10.9. okay. So you have used this moment, you tick it. Next time you won't use this moment. Come to this side, add this moment plus this moment plus this moment, so you will get how much, we have calculated the rotation contribution at A, B, C, D. Okay, so one thing you have to always remember, that while you are drawing this kind of figure in the previous slide, I have shown you this kind of figure. So always remember that this is this kind of figure I drawn in the previous slide. Always remember that the rotation contribution at fixed end will be 0. At fixed end will be 0. So the finally you have calculated the rotation contribution at A, obviously it will be 0, obviously at D it will be 0. At the last step, while you are seeing the previous line moment and current line, it is nearly same, that step you have stopped the iteration process, and the last line moment will be the rotation contribution at respected joints. Okay, while you are calculating the rotation contribution at each and every joint, you have observed that the rotation contribution in the previous line and the current line is near about same, and that moment you have stopped the iteration process, and that will be the last moment will be the last line will be the final rotation contribution. So this was the last line at different joint. The rotation contribution I have obtained at A, it is 0, at B it is 17.52, it is in C negative 21.18, negative 10.91, and at D it is 0. So always you remember that the rotation contribution at fixed end 0. Okay, now come to fourth step, that is calculation of final moment. The final moment calculation will be very easy. First you add fixed end moment, then twice of rotation contribution of near end plus rotation contribution of far end. What is near end and what is far end? In this step, in the box type diagram, at the last line, whatever you rotation contribution you have obtained, that rotation contribution is the near end rotation contribution. Okay, so I have written here fixed end moment, that I calculated WL square by 12, WL square by WL by 8, WAB square by L square, WA square B by L square, that is fixed end moment at different joint I have written here. Next you have to add rotation contribution of near end. This is the rotation contribution of near end. Okay, near end, this is the rotation contribution of near end, and if you reverse it, bring this here, you write this moment here, 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 write this moment here. If you reverse this moment, you will get rotation contribution far end. Okay, very easy. So you have obtained rotation contribution near end, you have reversed those moment, and you have obtained rotation contribution far end. So first you use this formula, fixed end moment plus 2 into rotation contribution of near end, 2 into this plus this, you will get this. So this plus 2 into this plus this equals to this. This moment plus 2 into this moment plus this moment equals to this. Minus 66.66 plus 2 into 17.52 minus 21.18 equals to minus 52.82. This moment plus twice of this plus this equals to this. This plus twice of this plus this equals to this. This moment plus twice of this plus this equals to this. Okay, this plus twice of this plus this equals to this. So in this way I have calculated the final moment. So fifth step is bending moment diagram. So this is the continuous beam. First I will draw the bending moment diagram. Okay, so it has 3 span, span 1, span 2, span 3. Okay, so always remember this sign convention: left up negative, down positive, right up positive, down negative. So we have negative positive. So negative to positive, that means from top to top. So from top to top, this is 18, this is 52, that means it will go up. Okay, negative positive, this is negative, this is positive, that means top to top, and the value is 52, it is 41, that means it will be upper and this will be lower. So the bending moment diagram will come down. Okay, both the moment will be above the line because this is negative positive above the line. So in this way you draw the bending moment diagram, then negative positive, this will also, both the moment will be above this line, and this is bigger, this is smaller, so it will be like this. Okay, now draw the free end moment. This is fixed end moment. Now draw the free end moment. Why you will draw the free end moment? This is point load, so the free end moment will be, free bending moment diagram will be like this. UDL, it will be like this, and point load, it will be like this. So this is the bending moment diagram. This is A support, B support, C support, and D support. This is negative bending moment, this is positive, this is negative, negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, negative. Okay, the deflected pattern will be how? The deflected pattern will be like this. At support, hogging moment, at span it will be sagging moment, so the deflected pattern will be like this. Okay, after deflection, what shape the beam will occur, this is the scenario. Okay, so as this is going down, this is hogging, so hogging moment means negative moment, and it is going up, this is sagging moment, so positive moment, then it is negative, negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, negative. Okay, so in this way you can match the bending moment diagram also. This is your deflected pattern, and this is your bending moment diagram. Okay, so in this way you can calculate the bending moment diagram, total final moment at different joint. Once you obtain the moment, here it is positive, negative, and the value is same, that means net moment will be 0. Okay, that means the moment will, the joint will be under equilibrium condition, that means your problem is, your answer is correct. Okay, so in this way you can cross check your final moment. You have to obtain the net moment at joint B and at joint C will be 0, that means it will be positive 52.82, it will be negative 52.82, so net moment will be 0, that means your answer is correct. That means why? Because it is required, because the moment, the joint should be under equilibrium condition, that's why the summation of those two moment must be 0. The summation of those two moment must be 0 to be B joint, to be C joint under equilibrium condition. So in this way you can calculate the final moment, and eventually you can draw the bending moment diagram. Thank you.